Kul att se så många här, trots det fina vädret. Varmt välkomna till den andra kvällen av 3 som vi arrangerar här på Världskulturmuseet. Vi är Amnestys HBTQ-grupp och Amnestys hälso- och sjukvårdsgrupp. Så varmt välkomna. Upplägget för kvällen ser ut som så att Madeleine Seidlitz här kommer inleda med att berätta lite allmänt om asyl- och flyktingrättsfrågor. Sedan kommer RFSL Newcomers ta över, berätta lite. Och därefter ett panelsamtal där vi hoppas att ni som publik kommer vara delaktiga. Och då är frågor varmt välkomna.
And my name is Ylva Jellerstedt, and I work as a counselor at RFSL in Gothenburg, the Swedish Federation for Lesbian, Gay, Transsexual and Queer Rights. And I'm going to talk with George here, who are in our newcomer group, which is a group for people who are LGBT persons who are new in Sweden, and most of them who are refugees or have fled their countries because of homophobia. Yes, and so we're going to talk about, and George has own experiences of fleeing his country, Kenya, so we're going to talk about the situation in Kenya. So, I don't know if you want to present yourself a little more first, or if I will start to ask some questions.
Well, I just have to greet you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Omondo from Kenya.
Yes. So, would you like to tell us a little bit about the situation in Kenya for LGBT persons?
Well, the situation in Kenya is not good because being a guy or a bisexual in Kenya is a crime, and it is when you are a guy or a bisexual, you can be taken to jail for up to 15 years sentence.
Yes. And what is it that you have been through in Kenya, in your own life?
Well, while I was in Kenya, I used to coordinate and organize seminars and parties for homosexual and bisexual people. So I became a threat to the community. So they tried to accuse me that I am encouraging and promoting homosexual in the community. So I get a problem there. Then I decided to come to Sweden.
Okay. And do you want to describe a little more how it was and what kind of problems that you went through?
Well, the problems that I went through is that during my time while I was there, because of whom I was and what I was doing, it was a threat to the community and the people. So every now and then I used to get violence. People used to attack me on the way while I go to church, while I go to shopping center. So I did not have peace there because I was doing what to me was right, but to them it was wrong. That was what was happening there.
I see. And I know from what you have told me before that you were a person very much organizing things and also educating people about sexual orientation and people's rights and things like that, and that you felt threatened almost on daily basis in the streets and things like that.
Yes. I used to be threatened and attacked every now and then because I used to teach people and encourage them, give them hope that one time we will have our right. The government will try to accept us as the way we accept ourselves. That was what was happening there.
Yeah. And when was it then when you decided to get out of Kenya? What made you do that decision?
Well, what made me to do that decision was now because I was thinking that maybe one day, one time, things will be okay, things will change, but things never change. While I was there, I was being attacked every now and then. I didn't have peace until the last minute that we were having a meeting with my friends that we were being attacked, and then we were attacked, and me, I was lucky to get away, but my friend was unlucky. He was beaten until he passed away, so I am feeling very sad because of passing away of my friend, because he was fighting for his right. He was doing what he was saying to be right to him, but people were not seeing, people were not understanding him. So what I'm trying to encourage people is that they should try to understand one another. They should try to respect one's opinion when one decided to do what is right, not being threatening to the government or the community. He should be left to do what he's doing.
I see. So it came to that point where you also were scared of your own life.
Yes, I was scared of my own life because of being attacked, so I decided to come to Sweden because here I understand that they understand and they recognize the gay rights and bisexual people's rights. So that's why I decided to come here, because I know that my rights will not be violated as being violated in Kenya. I knew that when I come to here, I will get freedom and do what is right, what is good to me, what I know that will benefit one another.
How was it when you came here and in the relation with the migration board here in Sweden?
Well, when I came to here, I went through to migration and I explained to them my problem. I was warmly welcomed, but the way I was being treated, I did not understand, because to me, according to my feeling, I think that the person who were interviewing me did not understand my feeling, or did not know, how can I put it? The person who was interviewing me did not put his shoes into my shoes. I don't know if you are understanding him. He did not put his leg into my shoes. I mean that we were not understanding one another, because the way I was being interviewed, the questions that he was asking me and the way I was answering him, it seemed that he was not understanding. How bisexual and gay people feels. He was not in that. We were not in that mood. We were not related. I mean.
I see. And so you didn't feel fully understood in the interviews with migration board.
In the migration, we didn't fully understood.
Yeah. What part was it that you felt like they didn't really understand?
Because I was trying to explain to them my situation, the way it was, and the way people are being attacked in Kenya, and it seems that they were not understanding. It seems that they are not understanding the situation. It seems that it seems that the situation is not. To them, the way I count it is that here, the way they see it, that the situation which is here is not in Kenya, so they think that all things is normal, but it's not normal.
So is it like that they don't really understand the threat that you have been through and the situation fully, because of they have these European glasses on them? Is that the feeling?
I don't think so, but what I think is that maybe they haven't. I think that there is training or something like school where such people should be taken to know the way they handle such people like me, because the person who was handling me, I don't think that if he has such training, you know, for a person like me, you have to be kind, you have to be patient, you have to be everything that makes person to feel at home. But that person did not make me feel at home. He made me feel that like I am in the place where I was from.
I see. What changes would you like to see when it comes to the migration board and how they treat people when they come and seek asylum, especially when it comes to LGBT issues?
Well, the changes that I think that will be seen first of all is that I think that people who interview people should go to training. They should have training on how to handle such a person like who is a bisexual or a homosexual. They should be trained on how to handle such cases, because if they are not trained, they are just seeing things that are normal. But according to point of view, mostly the bisexual and homosexual people are the ones who should be first given the opportunity to handle such people.
I see. Are there other changes that you would like to see when it comes to LGBT rights in Sweden and also in relationship to the migration process?
Well, the other changes is that I don't understand the way migration board and the judges judge or come to a point whereby they judge and describe a person like this is a real guy and this is not a real guy. So I don't know the criteria that they are using. So maybe there should be such a criteria, because there are some people who are real guys are being left out and not being given the opportunity to help themselves, because that's the problem, which is now mostly people are crying that they are not being given permission, they are not being given the opportunity.
I see. So that, the criteria for how they judge, if you are gay or bisexual or transgender or not, that criteria should be clearer and wider. Is that what you mean?
Yes, I think that there are some places that maybe such people should go and should be scrutinized and see how they are. Should be scrutinized and see if they are real, and also the experiences with the experiences that they undergo and the experience with which the judges will be having will determine if this person is supposed to be given the permission or should not be given the permission.
I see. And this is a problem that we can see in general for many people who are in this situation, that how the migration board judge this is very, they don't have such good ways of investigating these kind of things, which is a big problem, where they many times say that we don't believe that you are gay, we don't believe that you are lesbian, we don't believe that you are transgender because you haven't told us enough about this. And is this also what you have experienced?
Yes, that's what I have experienced. I try to explain to them, I try to describe to them the experience that I have gone through. I try to bring all the evidence that they want. I answer all questions that I was asked. But the problem was there is that I was just being asked questions. I was not given that opportunity to describe or to say, so my mind was just to say yes or no, yes or no. So that is like this, that is like that the person who was interviewing me wanted me to do with his brain what he's thinking. So if it's logically the way he was thinking is not the way I'm thinking, though, so that automatically means that I am not the real guy. So that's the problem which is there. They judge people, they judge things according to their thinking, according to their brains, what they think that you are thinking. But you know, brains are not the same. There are wide brains and there are small brains. So that's the problem which I see that is bringing problem there.
Are there other changes that you would like to see in Sweden or in the world when it comes to LGBT-related issues?
I think that the changes that I would like to see in Sweden and all the world is that I would like to make the people understand, leave the people to understand the way their feelings. The people should understand the others people's feelings. People should respect people's opinion. People should respect the way the way people are, so that we stay as brothers and sisters.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the audience? Then feel free to ask some questions. There is one question in the back. We will get a microphone for you.
Sorry, babe. I forgot your name. Richard? William? George. Sorry, George. I do understand, because I do work with this. I'm working every day with people who are interviewed by immigration. Actually, this is more how to explain to people. Question: how can we explain? Actually, it's very difficult for us interpreters to say when a person is saying something, I am gay, I am whatever, homosexual, or how to explain to people who are actually responsible. With this, what you, George, said about we're going to educate people. Education is not the key in this, because we are going out the papers. We're following what somebody said to us. Your feelings or my feelings, somebody else's feelings are not important in this. Paper is more Dubliner, and all of this is about about the prints and all of those things. How can we actually explain better how they feel, what they are living through in their country, why they're coming over here? That's more actually going to you, the first person who was talking. Sorry, I forgot names. I'm really bad with names.
Madeleine.
Madeleine, sorry.
I think it is a question not for us to explain. I think it's a question of leaving the person, the asylum seeker, the time and the possibility to explain for himself or for herself. And in doing that, as you said, and as you put it very well, you need also to be welcoming and create an atmosphere where it's possible and you have enough time to explain your situation. And as a caseworker at the migration ward, for example, but also as a legal representative, you need to be, I would say, curious, and you need to want to understand this person. And of course, everybody who works with asylum, case law, needs to also study and have enough knowledge about the situation in the country of origin, the country where the person in question really comes from. Otherwise, it's impossible to assess the risks in the future, which is what all the asylum, the whole asylum procedure is all about, the future risk. Approximately, Well, I think that you could.
Yeah, do you want to say anything about this?
Well, it's okay.
Yes. Any other questions?
Det här kanske är ett bra tillfälle att väva in resten, eller välkomna in resten av paneldeltagarna. Så kanske ni kan väva in någon synpunkt på frågan också när ni presenterar er själva. Vi har 3 organisationer representerade här ikväll. Kan ju börja med Madeleine, du kan ju presentera din roll inom Amnesty också kanske, och så går vi vidare sen. Så lite kort vem ni är och vilka ni representerar och vilken koppling ni har till HBTQ och asylfrågor. Thank you very much, George, for sharing your story.